but you said something about why men shy away immediately after you tell them that sex is off the table. And I wanted to quickly respond to that before I go into the teaching. The truth is, although sex is a need that men have, but it's not the highest need that a man has. If you understand that, that sex is a need. It's not a curse. It's a need. You just have to put it under control when it's not time for that need to be expressed. However, it is not the highest need that a man has. The highest need that a man has is in Genesis chapter 2. The fact that the man is alone. That's the highest. That's the first need that God recognized. It's the topmost need of every man. When a man meets a woman who meets that need, he will forfeit the other needs for a temporary season. Because I don't want any of us on the platform to feel overwhelmed with the fact that every time I tell him that there's no sex on the table, then immediately he's out. The players can do that. But when a serious man shows up in your life, like my husband identifies a husband-ready man. That's why many of you need to sign up for Inner Circle. A husband-ready man, when he shows up in your life, even if generally speaking is the kind of a person who wants to have sex, if his topmost need is met, he will forfeit the second. That sex need is not as important in priority in the life of any man, unbeliever or believer, than that first need that God identified. And that need is the fact that he's alone. So if you operate in your understanding that every man is alone and every man's aloneness is his highest need, and if I can meet that need, if I tell him no sex for 6 months till we get married, in fact, he is more prone to take corresponding action towards a woman who meets his topmost need than a woman who meets his sexual need. Because there are many men who are having sex with a woman. I'm talking about different sex styles, but he's not putting a ring on it. Why? If indeed he's ready to walk away just because she said no sex, why is he not walking away? Why is he not putting a ring on it? Because it's not his topmost need. It's a need, but it's not highest in ranking. It doesn't trigger, I want to marry you, in his mind. The way he's been wired, sex is not what triggers, I want to marry you. It is a woman that he identifies to meet the need of him being alone. If a woman meets that need, even if she's not having sex with him, he will put a ring on it, and he will put a ring on it quickly because he's been wired to lean more into that than his sexual needs. Don't let the world lie to you. I know what they say on social media. I see some of those things. Oh, if I cannot test the car, I'm not going to ride the car. I am telling you, he's not met the woman that fits that need of aloneness. If he meets that woman, that nonsense is saying, he will stop it. Because even he himself does not even know that need is not as big as his need of alone. Till the woman comes and she draws that thing out of him. And he's like, if I leave this one, I will be a fool. And he will put a ring on. But some women out there, they focus a lot on learning different sex styles and wonder why, even after all the sex styles, it's still not giving. That's because we don't understand. God gave us expo. God gave us insight. As a woman, when you tap into that insight and you leverage it, I'm telling you, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. But we don't know it, right? That's why we are here to bring that information to you, so that when you go into the dating scene, don't go there disadvantaged, especially if you know the need and you are equipped to meet the need. You can know the need, but you're not equipped to meet the need. But if you are equipped to meet the need, any man you meet, by the grace of God, is a believing man. But this applies to even unbelieving men. But none of you will marry unbelieving men. You will all marry believing men. But if you meet a man, even if he communicates, he's a Christian man, but he's saying it's sex, without sex, you just communicate to him and say, I've heard you, and I understand that you have recognized sex as a need of yours. But I'm just here to tell you that king men have greater needs than sex. And I know you are a king man. and there is a greater need you have than sex. And that is what I am equipped to meet. I can meet the sexual need, but that one is not the first primary need of a king man. And you that I see here, you are a king man. That's how you will speak to him. Then if he still says, then you know that he's not maturing yet into king man. But the one that God sends to you, you can communicate that to him. I know it's a need. I'm not forfeiting the fact that this is not a need. And guess what? I will meet that need within the context of the covenant of marriage. But in the life of a king man, this sexual need is not your topmost need. But I know what your topmost need is that you will become the king that you are ordained to be. And if that is the case, I am the kind of woman that can lead you to that destination. Communicate that, and you back off and you let the Holy Spirit take it up from there. Because one of the mistakes we make as Christian women is no sex before marriage. If he's not going to have sex, you're arguing. You're not arguing with wisdom. Do you understand? You're not in the way you are arguing. It's looking like, oh, if he doesn't want to stay, he can just walk away. Yeah, don't go ahead and have sex with anybody. Do you understand? Don't have sex with a man that is not your husband. This is not what this is. However, the point I'm trying to bring to you is this. Sex is a need. It's truly a need that he has. God put that in him to have that need. However, in your communicating to him, don't communicate to him as if the need is a sin. The need is not a sin. Do you understand? The need for sex that he has, it is not a sin. He is just expressing that need at a wrong time. You bring his focus to his topmost need. Put that sexual need on the need. Don't disagree with the sex. No, I know you have a need and I recognize it. Do you understand? I recognize that you have the need for sex. God gave you that need. And I have been equipped to also meet that need. But that is not the topmost need of a king man. And the man I'm seeing in front of me here is a king man. So because of that, because I know your top, well, it can be like, how do you know it? You say, because God has already revealed it in scripture that the topmost need of a man is that he will be with a woman who can align with him to fulfill destiny. For that, I have been equipped. If you have been equipped, if you've not been equipped, then don't go and boast because he will test you on it. So I don't want us going out there and be saying any man that doesn't want to, if you are a Christian but you want to have sex, you will be sounding, men run away from those type of women, because the truth is there's another way you can respond to it that makes you know that you when we get married, you're going to get it. You will get the sex, but it is within the context of marriage. Don't disagree from a context. If you want sex, then delete my number. Don't be like that. Sex is a need. From the place of wisdom, you will recognize it is a need, and I understand that. And I am prepared for that one. But the woman, I am a co-builder. That's who I am. I come to co-build with you for destiny. That's who I am. That's what I come to do in the life of a man, of a king man. The sex part, I have been equipped for that. But there is a higher need that you have. And that is my topmost priority. When we come into the covenant of marriage, the whole package deal that comes with me, you will get it. But for now, my topmost priority for now is what God has recognized that to be your highest need, because you are a king man. You speak to him like that, and then the one that is foolish, let him walk away. Don't disrespect any man because he said he wants sex or because he likes food. Don't be like that. Be spiritually wise of earthly good, that you're able to relate with a man that is a Christian. That he's saying he wants sex doesn't make him an unbeliever. If he has given his life to Christ, he's a Christian. He just doesn't have understanding of taming. But guess what? Even unbelieving men who pursue purpose, within a period of their lives, they have understanding that they might have to tame the desire for sex for a greater purpose. Man has been configured to be able to do that thing. I wish millions of Christian women would hear this thing I'm saying. It would relieve us of this contention we have in the dating scene. He wants sex, she doesn't want sex now, and then we're clashing. We're losing our men. It's with wisdom that we would bring them back. You see a Christian man is looking out there in the world. That's because he sees a Christian woman and she's not communicating that she understands that need of sex. So he's seeing her and he's like, if I marry you, you will just be speaking in tongues. But when it comes to bed mathematics, you will not be showing up for me. You don't want to communicate that. You will show up. You will show up on the bed, but it's going to be within the covenant of marriage. So you don't want your communication to make him hear, "Oh, I can't marry you, we'll have boring sex." No, you won't have boring sex with him. You will give it to him, and you give it to him well, but it will come later. But you must communicate that as well. Don't be shy to communicate that. Rehearse it in front of the mirror. Don't be so intimidated that I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want you to see me as a sexual person. Sis, it's part of the package too.